everybody. Can you guys hear me back there? Oh, hold on. Well, everybody, I just want to tell you thank you so much for coming out to this kickoff party. It turned out to be a party. We had music, we had dancing. Can you guys all hear me back there? Yeah. Okay. So, I want to thank you all for coming. Some of you I've known for a long time. Some of you I just met this week. But your support is so encouraging. I'm coming into this as someone who's not used to being in the spotlight. I'm used to being behind the scenes. And so to kind of step out of my comfort zone and step out of that fear and put myself forward, let me tell you a little bit about how that came to be. So I had always intended to run for Oxnard City Clerk, but I was figuring that Mr. Martinez was going to do one more term. Well, when it turned out that he didn't seek re-election, and then it was like, okay, I kind of had about 2 days to make up my mind. My husband and I, we went back and forth. Well, I should say I went back and forth. He was pushing me to do it. I had some good friends who were pushing me to do it. But for me personally, it was fear that was holding me back. And not fear of, challenge or fear of, it was just like, well, I'm too shy, or I'm not used to being in front of everybody. And breaking out of that fear took me sitting down and having a tough love conversation and saying, Michelle, you have the experience, you have the certification, you have the skills, your community needs you. If you don't step up, shame on you. It's like a doctor who watches someone in need of medical attention and doesn't jump in to help them. So I overcame those fears, and with the help of my family, my friends, people that have worked with me and know what I'm made of, and they knew better than I knew myself, I was able to step up and take on that challenge. And it's been a challenge, believe me. But you know what? I'm learning so much about myself. I'm learning so much about the city, meeting lots of new friends. And I hope that what happens here is that the city and the residents recognize just how important this seat is and how important it is to have the right person filling it. You know what I should have started with is recognizing our council member, John Sharkey from Port Hueneme.
He's mayor.
Oh, that's right, you're the mayor now. Mayor again. He's been on the council since 1994. I had the good fortune of meeting him when I started at Port Hueneme in 2006. And John has been nothing but supportive, and Beverly as well. Just so supportive and encouraging towards me, and I appreciate you guys so much.
You do a good job.
Thank you. Among many things that I hope to do in Oxnard is something that I learned in Port Hueneme, where customer service is paramount.
Yes, that's good.
Now it's a little different in a smaller city because people know each other more intimately, and it's they have a higher expectation. But that's what I knew for 9.5 years, and I want to carry that into Oxnard. I also want to bring some technological advances, particularly with the public records request process. I know that there's been some. Larry Stein is very happy about that. And actually, he's one of the first people that I reached out to when I decided to take on this endeavor, because I know that he's had some issues in the past with the way his records requests have been handled. And I know that that's a need that Oxnard can use my expertise in. I just appreciate you all so much. Without your support, pushing me through, I wouldn't have been able to get this far. Hi, Larry.
Yes, for Michelle.
So I just wanted to tell you all thank you. I'm running against some other candidates who are very well known in the community, pretty well funded. And so I'll need your support. I hate to do this, but I'll need your support to help get that message out, that there is someone with experience doing this job. How often does that happen? For an elected city clerk to come in the door with experience, nearly a decade of experience. I have the certification. I've been a certified municipal clerk since 2009. It took me 3 years to get that certification. Thank you. Thank you. I worked hard for that. And I'm well on my way to getting Master Municipal Clerk certification. It takes training, it takes experience, it takes initiatives within the city clerk community, mentoring other clerks, and being an active participant in the city clerk community. And that's how you get your points towards your certification. So I'm still working on it. I'm probably pretty close. I haven't sat down and tabulated what I have so far, but pretty close. And hopefully, maybe it'll happen during the election cycle. Wouldn't that be nice? So again, thank you all for your support. If anyone has any questions, it'd be okay if I... Yes, Mary?
Are these your children?
These are my kids. Should my family come up? Come on up. This is my primary team, especially this man here. This is my husband, David, who has, oh my God. Okay, we're not gonna do this.
Michelle.
Here, you wanna go get that? My husband, David, who's always been a huge support to me. Actually, my first cheerleader is back there. My mom, Carla Boykin. The strongest woman I know. She's never told me there's nothing I can't do. She's always believed in me, always encouraged me, always supported me. And I love you.
We love you too, Michelle.
So David and I have been married for 16 years. These are our 3 kids that are at home. Brandon, who's 14, Bethany, who's 10, and Marla, who's 13. She's holding a picture of my son, Sean, who's an infantryman in the United States Army, a path that he chose. He's stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. He's currently deployed in Korea, and we're so proud of him. We're proud of him. And we're thankful for his service. As his family, we're thankful. I've got other family members here. Tiffany's like, David's brothers, John and Moses. John's wife, Tiffany. Thank you guys for coming. They've always been very supportive of me as well. I've got friends from my church, Luann and Jill. Is Jill still here?
No, she has to leave.
Oh, okay. I don't want to get into naming because I'll skip somebody and they'll get upset with me and they might not vote for me. No, I'm kidding. But you all hold a very dear place in my heart. Actually, I do need to name 2 other people. My main gals back there, Gabby, Basua, the ever-wise Gabby, and the unsinkable Rita Turbyville. Thank you ladies so much. They put this whole thing together and I'm just so grateful. It's not just this party, it's everything that they've done for this campaign. I so appreciate you guys. And we still have 7 more weeks to go. All right. But they're in it for the long haul and I appreciate them. Did anybody else have any questions? Did I answer your question? Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you. Enjoy the food. And thank you all for coming. Oh, question?
Where were you employed at this time?
So right now I'm with the Ventura Regional Sanitation District. I had been with Port Hueneme for 9.5 years. I started with what's known as VRSD in January. And I'm the clerk of the board there, which is almost exactly like the city clerk. It's just limited within the special district boundaries. So I've been doing this for almost a decade and it's in my blood. I'm good at it. I'm innovative and I'll do a lot of good for Oxnard. Just need to be given that chance. So, oh, my husband reminded me, I also want to mention, I'm a proud member of the library board in Oxnard.
Yay!
Jerry likes that. She's on the Oxnard Friends of the Library. Yes, Eileen?
Michelle, could you tell them what you told me about your selection for document management software instead of storing documents in boxes and outside storage?
So starting with permanent records, I would like to have those electronically scanned and indexed so that they'll be able to be more easily found. It's really not very hard to do. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get that type of system in Port Hueneme because we didn't have the funding. They had some budget issues. But I had a plan to roll out a system starting first with the records retention schedule, then going into taking an inventory of what we have, because I think records weren't being kept very well of what we even had. So finding out what we have, how long we need to keep it, how we need to, maintain it, and then moving forward with the plan. So thank you, Eileen. Yes, Julie.
Michelle, where is your treasurer, and where can we write checks or give cash to?
Gabby is the treasurer.
Okay.
Checks can be made payable to committee to elect Michelle Ascencion. Was there another question? Mr. Sharkey?
I just want to say, having worked with Michelle for the past 10 years at the city and with the Regional Sanitation District, that this is a woman of incredible ability. And she would be an asset to any organization. I can't vote in Oxnard, but if I could, I'd be voting for her, and I hope you do too.
Thank you.
Ms. Tatum.
Oh, yes, Ms. T.
One of the, it's not a question, but I understand that you've been a resident of Oxnard since you were 6 years old.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's right.
That's good to know.
We moved here in 1982, just before I started the second grade. We lived in Los Angeles, and my parents were seeking a more family-friendly community for us. At the time, there was just 3 of us. My brother was born here, so he has the privilege of calling himself an Oxnard native. I just grew up here, but yeah, I love this community. I'm proud to raise my family here. We settled in South Oxnard when we finally became first-time home buyers 5 years ago. We live right across the street from Oxnard College. You'll see my tree, my sign up in our tree. And we're proud residents of this community. We love it. Yes, ma'am.
When you are clerk, you have to quit the Ventura Regional Sanitation.
Yes, yes. The city clerk in Oxnard is a little bit different than other elected city clerks because it's a full-time management position.
Just wanted to throw that away.
There's 3 other cities that have an elected city clerk in this county, Santa Paula, Fillmore, and Ojai. But those are just part-time ceremonial positions. So they basically sign the minutes, swear people in, but the day-to-day tasks are handled by the deputy city clerk that's in the office. Oxnard is very unique in that it's an elected position, and it runs the risk of getting someone in there, if it becomes a popularity contest, getting someone in there who may not have experience. And things can happen when you're dealing with people who don't have experience. So with my experience, my background, my certification, my knowledge, my resources, I know city clerks up and down this state. And I know a lot about the job, but if I ever have a question, I can pick up the phone and I can call someone who I know has been working on that initiative, and they can give me advice. So, yes, Mr. Stein.
Where do you stand on Measure D?
Measure D?
Measure D.
What does that have to do with the city clerk job?
I'm asking where you stand on it.
I wouldn't answer it.
I haven't researched it yet. I'll have to,
It's a bond issue.
is it? Okay.
A $141 million bond issue is going to cost taxpayers $400 million.
Is it for infrastructure, or what's the bond for?
For the school district.
For the school district?
Oxnard Elementary.
Don't take a stand on it.
Well,
That's it. You're in our position. You don't have to say not yet.
It's not relevant. Your first duty is to learn how to draw limits with Mr. Stein.
thank you, Steve.
We support you.
Thank you.
That's good.
Yes.
Would you make available the Form 700s online?
Sure. Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why not?
They're public documents. Yes.
Could you please explain what the Form 700s are for the members of the public who may not know?
Okay. So the Form 700 is the statement of economic interests. Depending on what your position is in the city, you have to either fully disclose all of your real estate, investment, other types of interests, or you may have limited disclosure. So for the city council members, they have to disclose everything. For certain positions, staff level positions, they may only have to disclose investments within the jurisdiction. So I believe Mr. Nash is probably interested in that because people are supposed to recuse themselves if they do have a conflict. And one of the ways that the public is going to be able to watch out and make sure that those people are doing that is if they have access to the Form 700s. So it's a good question and it's a good idea.
Or in my case, if you've exhibited a prejudice, in a matter that might come before, in my case, planning commission. So, no conflict of interest, but perceived prejudice. Big mouth, right? That was my wife.
Anybody else?
It's roundabout.
Okay, well, we have the space until 5 o'clock, so please stick around. We got all this food, so please eat it up. If I haven't gotten around to talking to you, I will come around, but I just want to tell you all again how much I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I love you all. So, thank you.